Yeah, you're funny.
We're doing it! We're doing it!
Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. So about a year ago, Trish and I started trying to figure out where we want to retire. We've got about 10 years left for me flying to United, maybe. And we weren't sure exactly where we want to retire. We've been looking at warm places, Texas, the Carolinas, anything away from the snow and the cold. And so that started a process of us looking at motorhomes for about half the year. Our thought process was to buy a diesel pusher motorhome, spend half the year in different places in the country during the wintertime and figure out where we want to retire. So we started doing that research, looking at motorhomes and trying to figure out that lifestyle. And YouTube's been a great help. Obviously, there's a lot of people out there doing that stuff. Well, one evening, it was about 6-7 months or so ago, we're on the YouTube rabbit hole in the evening having a glass of wine, and a boat video came up. And we went down that rabbit hole and looked at each other and said, we could do that. That's something we are very excited about. Never done sailing. And we went down that rabbit hole. Well, here we are today. It is September 20, I don't have my watch on, September 22nd. And we sold our house here in Poplar Grove, Illinois at the air park. So the house sold in 2 days, not even on the market, word of mouth. And this video is to announce that this Man of War, the airplane it took 8 years to build, has officially been sold. Sold it to a gentleman down in Texas, and we did all the back and forth paperwork and all that stuff. And it will be closing officially on Monday with the transfer money. And I have agreed to fly this airplane down to the Dallas area. His schedule just wasn't working out with my schedule, and I have a few days off next week. As long as the weather's good, I'm gonna take the 4 hours and fly down for him. So a little bittersweet, knowing that this is gonna be gone, but it's also one, exciting that it's gonna go to another pilot who's gonna love it as much as I have. And more importantly, it is going to let Trish and I fulfill this incredible opportunity with the sale of the house and the sale of the airplane. I'm gonna pay all our debt off, pay some cars off, and buy a boat and try this sailing thing out for a while. Maybe it lasts for a long time, maybe a year or two, we don't know. We don't want to wake up one day and say, I wish we would have tried to do it. So here we are. Anyways, I'm gonna flip the camera around. Yeah, so we just did part of the process with the sale was one, we had a pre-buy. So I had one of my neighbors we agreed on, and he came down and did the pre-buy inspection. At the same time, we had agreed that I would do a new condition inspection. So I had done one in February, but the buyer asked if I would do a new one, so this would have a full year on it before he needed to do an annual inspection on it a year. So I said, sure. So I tore everything apart, flew it, and did an oil change. And when I had that whole process, my neighbor, the A&P-IA, came down and did the compression test. So we were 79, 78, 79, 77 on the compressions. So still awesome. No squawks on the airplane. Updated a couple batteries, cleaned everything, new oil change, which it didn't. I think it only had like 12 hours on the last oil change. But now it's all fresh and ready to go. And it's been cleaned up. Everything that I'm keeping has been removed out of it. And everything else that I'm giving to the new buyer has been loaded up. So, you know, I told him I'm gonna give him the custom engine cover, or excuse me, the canopy cover, the prop covers, all of the cowl plugs and stuff. And obviously he's getting all the logbooks, which all have been updated with the new oil change and the new condition inspection. And then everything else has been boxed up. And that is the hard soap propeller box, which he wants. I am going to ship that to him. It's nice to have. So when he has to do a overhaul of that, he'll have the box to ship that prop in, and it's nice and secure. Box for the Garmin GTN 625, and then the other box, which is just got, you know, extra stickers, the vinyl graphics, the books, the manuals for the Garmin, the Dynon, stuff like that. So, sorry, I'm a little off with this camera, so it's a little jerky. But anyways, so that's it. This is probably going to be the last video for the YouTube channel RV-8 Pilot. I'll keep the channel up and going because it doesn't cost me anything to have it up and going with the videos for the engines, and I'm sure the new owner might continue on that process. I have been asked several times now, my blog, which is my builder's log, which is kind of funny because it started out as just that, a builder's log. When I was building this airplane, you need to have a builder's log. Most guys will just do it in paper form. Hey, on this day I did this amount of work. For me, I did it digitally. I was working in the wintertime for most of the sections, watching a little Blackhawks hockey, and then I would get my phone out and take pictures and pictures and pictures and talk and document as I was doing it. And so I think there's somewhere around 8,500 photos on that blog. So they're high quality iPhone photos, and I uploaded them as originals, so you can see a lot of detail. Anyways, the blog is kind of taken on its own world of its own, I guess. It gets recommended by the Vans Aircraft Company, their support. When people call in and they have some issues, they do point it to my blog. It's funny because they call me, or I get emails from builders and say, hey, Vans pointed me to your blog for these pictures and thank you, yada, yada, yada. It never intended to be that. It was just for my purpose of documenting my build. I'm very humbled by it because it's nothing special, but I have had several people, including a Southwest pilot, Guy, thank you, reach out to me. There's probably a dozen or so that have emailed and said, please keep it up. It's been such a huge resource for them for photos and how I did things. So, you know, it cost me, I don't know, just under $1,000 a year, maybe a little less than that for the hosting, because the photos are what costs a lot of money because I'm using a lot of storage space on the servers with SiteGround is the company I use. Anyways, I'm going to keep it up and running just as a, you know, my contribution to the builders. You know, I've had a lot of guys in the past that helped me, and so I'll keep it up. If that changes, there's been an offer, Guy. Again, thank you to take over hosting to keep the site up. But for now, I'm going to keep it up. We'll see what goes down, and then we are going to start up a new YouTube channel. We have it already. It's the @ Saline MT Nest. So Mike Tango, November Echo Sierra Tango. So that's my initial, Michael, Trisha's initial T, and then the word nest was a play on words when we decided that's what we're going to name the boat when we finally find it. So we're starting to film those trips going down to Florida. We just went to Annapolis, Maryland, and looked at a Leopard 45. We decided on Leopard as the brand of boat we want, and we are going to either choose a 45, which is about 45 foot long, or a Leopard 50, which is a 50 foot long-ish and a little bit bigger boat. A little more expensive, a little more upkeep, but we're going to go look at one of those tomorrow. I have an overnight in Jacksonville, Florida. We're going to drive up to Brunswick, Georgia, about an hour or so north, and view a Leopard 50 tomorrow, which is Friday. So yeah, we're excited about this new adventure. As you can tell, around the back, the hangar is almost empty. We have some stuff back here for our son Chandler and Maya. They picked up a bunch of stuff. Some more stuff over here for my son Drake and Ellie, our daughter. And then some trash in the back there. We got these shelves around that are going to be cleaned up after this airplane gets flown down. Hopefully next week, Monday or Tuesday. I blocked off those 2 days with an airline ticket back home from the Dallas area. So yeah, it's bittersweet. this airplane's meant a lot to both myself and Tricia. Very proud of it, and we don't fly it as much as I thought we would. One, because I'm a fair weather flyer. I've got 13,000 hours, I think now, but only 300 and something tail wheel. And surprisingly, tail wheel is a challenge. It is, especially for me, everything's been in, maybe 10% in turboprops, 90% in jets, and then very, very small fraction in a tail wheel. And so crosswinds are a challenge. I'm very impressed with pilots who fly tail wheel a lot in challenging winds. So anyways, we're still learning in this airplane, having a lot of fun. It is a blast to fly. For all of you builders out there, especially the RV-8s, keep banging those rivets, man. It is worth every second. They are phenomenal aircraft. Had no intentions of ever selling this thing. That was my game plan, to never, ever sell this airplane. But with this opportunity, with the sale of the house, sale of the airplane, we are going to get to live a dream that I think most people only dream of, and that is going from land to sea and eventually learning to live on this boat in a cool marina with a resort and pools and bars and restaurants, and learning to sail. We're going to get all of our ratings, and then eventually sail up and down Florida, maybe to Key West, maybe up all the way up to New York. Who knows? Eventually crossing the Gulf Stream over to the Bahamas and the Caribbean. And a dream of ours, whether we get there or not, but it is a goal, is to sail this boat over to the Mediterranean, cross the Atlantic for an 18 to 20 day adventure, and then spend a few years over in Italy, Greece, just doing some cool stuff. So for all of you that have been subscribers and watching the videos, thank you. It's been fun. I'm a nerd at this. I have no idea what I'm doing. But we're going to continue on with that other YouTube channel, mainly Tricia, but I'll be doing some of it, I guess. And just documenting a couple's dream of going from living in an air park on land with an airplane to living on a boat and learning how to do all that, along with me still flying and still working. So anyways, again, thank you everybody who's been subscribers and watching the videos. And yeah, here we go to a new adventure. Thanks again.